Q here. I had the 4 readings of focus out for the day, but I wanted to just clarify a little bit better here for everyone. The Divine wants you to see the soul contract and how beautiful the 2 roses shine in the dark static. Your intuition is lit and it cuts through all that BS. So listen to your intuition. Commit to nurturing the truth and helping others not hide and deceive themselves. You naturally nurture and uplift by just being you. They want to take flight. The chrysalis has fallen off, but they're scared to open their wings. They're just a little page looking out, worrying about every word they're going to say, and curious about this rainbow of happiness. They've been picked clean in their soul, and they're desperate to try something different as the sun illuminated all the illusions and dumped out all the secrets. They fear actually love, the most love in the deck. It's just overwhelming as they just sit back and watch and try to align their chakras. All I see is their crown chakra needing to be lit up here by knowing what to stand for. Chicken bone excuses and the Divine here. Come in with cups, but forgive yourself first. It's the way out. Charge valiantly, steadfast, without fear. I also wanted to point this out for this deck. There are 2 horses here. Leads to the way, over the wall. The jail cell becomes stairs in the light of the knowing what direction you want to go into. The light of the moon to go towards your ultimate. Or is it upside down? You've boxed your dream. Thus makes happiness harder to obtain because you still see it out there versus inside. All the stuff comes, but if you're aligned with your intention and the way that you want to go, your happiness will naturally align with your abundance to get such. The Divine wants you to place those chicken bone excuses off to the side and cease juggling what you want. It's in despair. If it could be a person or a personality or a human or any kind of entity, the Divine would be in despair about your choices. It's like literally on a platinum, silver platter, gold platter, and you still just knock it all away. The Divine is confused. The days of just spitting in God's face are over. Everybody's starting to wake up to the fact that it's not some old man on a throne up in the sky. Some bizarre daddy issue. Freud talked about that over 100 years ago. Passionate new beginning, exploding new buds. 3 flowers in a single flower. The Ace of Lotuses and the victory from the 6 of Lotuses. But anxiety. Didn't you wish for this? The Divine says. Again, just the Divine is confused. So, okay. That's what you want, all right. Well, those roots go deep and it'll come up again. And that's okay. Free will and all. But your free will chose this path. Where's the two? The Two of Wands again. Yeah, there it is. Your free will chose this path. You can't complain about it later. When this anxiety darkens your happiness. But know this, the sun is always shining. No matter what. No matter what time of day, it's always shining out into our way. Or we be a frozen little snow globe. The sun, our tilt, the Coriolis effect, Jupiter, and the moon, amongst all of creation. But those are the main dominant ones, allow for us to have this beautifully wonderful time to live in, to be a human, and we literally throw it in the garbage. For what? Transitory happiness. I don't know. I was there once. Not so much in this life, though. But I was there. More. I'm nothing without things. And then I became nothing. And I realized I was still something. Back into a body. And the fall is beautiful right now. I'm just watching the leaves blow in the wind. It's very windy. All the leaves have changed to their ready to be shaken off. Let the air blow through me like fall from spring. I'm just very pensive. Yeah, no, free will is. At a certain point, you can't feign dumb. Can't fake it. You know what the choice is, and you choose such. Now, it doesn't have to be any love connection or anything kind of connection. It's just like the universe wants you to be balanced and happy because it's its nature. It just is pleasant that so happens that when things are in balance and harmony, we tend to be happy. But happiness is a choice that we have on the inside. And I know that to be a fact. Now, with or without things. Some days are harder than others, yeah. It's the nature of being a human. Yeah, I didn't mean to go into, I guess, a dad rant. The divine is, I can empathize. Like, just as an energy field going. Like, did you keep that in your shoe to, like, polarize yourself? To repel the very thing that you wanted? I'm so confused. Well, you weren't there for me when I got hurt. You took my, I don't know, away with some weird amalgamation of death or some weird perception of death. I know, I thought the same thing when my brother passed away. I was so mad at God, and come years later, I go, oh, shit, he was lucky. But I don't know. Life is the part of having protoplasm, the nature of human. I just don't understand we're all so resistant to just being like, what got us here? Why isn't that dominant in our like code, yeah, because it's relatively new in comparison to the other parts of our brain. We all have a prefrontal cortex. That's what he's doing there. Pull out of the animal static and come back into the light. Pull out of the animal static and down into the light. Walk away from the static. Walk towards the right way. What is the right way? Always. You're thinking linearly. All roads lead to here. It just all collapses into a singularity at one point in time when you both choose this path. Wish fulfillment. Knowing what to stand for and transforming ego into heartwarming victory. For those that have a hard time with the way of the heart, which just loves, there's two paths. What is it? Advaita. To classically align and become enlightened, or whatever you want to label you want to smack on, like low stress. But to those that have a hard time transcending the ego and making sure that they get everything that they want, and if it's not that way, well, they're my enemy and they are against me and they don't want me, or some weirdness. I don't know. I don't claim to understand that as, I don't know, karma that's been long, I don't know. But there's two paths. See? Two paths. The way of the mind and the way of the heart. The way of the heart is frankly easier. That's subjective experience. It's more just like, I align with just being like authentically awesome and loving and caring, and I actually give a genuine shit until I'm shown that I shouldn't. Versus walking the razor's edge of surrendering everything, every moment. There's just so much thinking. You can just, it's like single pointedness of mind, where I only see this one point, and no matter what, I'm going towards that. Versus the relaxed version, which is perception through peripheral, and nothing has your single focus until it needs it, and it's not even thought about. It's just all like being loving and being aligned with that. Now it's loving big L. Sometimes it's not loving to just like carpet sweep, to not confront, to not speak up. And that's where the discernment and the hardness comes from this. It's not always bubbles, flowers, and fairies. Sometimes you need to be knocked on your ass. However, a loving person is going to come over, offer their hand, and help you get up, and maybe offer a drink to talk about it. Or just brawl it out until you feel like, you know what, it's time for a drink and talk about it because fist ain't handling it. But why are we always so, just as a generality, so quick to just walk away because of conflicting subjective experiences? As I watch a ladybug. Well, she's a pretty example too. Bright red. How many little dots you got? Oh, you should spread the wings as I said it so I could count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It has 12. That's adorable. Well, I'll do a ladybug reading and hat tip to that. But yeah, there's two paths to the divine. Pride and ego is not one of them. Put an end to that shit. It is the very thing that keeps you from happiness, is the very thing that you think keeps you safe. Reflect on what you want, and then watch for it. Feel for it. Because again, a lot of times it's nothing like you ever thought, but it's everything like you felt. The divine choice. I like that. Choice, destiny, and the way out of the flimsy excuses will be brought low. Straight and narrow as the path is going to be the way for everybody, because, well, welcome to the new world. This is justice, and everyone will face this truth. The timing and energy is right to change course and to bring light to where there was static. All the contracts are being called in. Everybody's going to get their happiness. I'm sorry if that blows up everybody's little world. I didn't know why, but I feel this way. I remember seeing that over the summer, just like couples you wouldn't think, but they're just beaming with the light of creation. Take down that wall. Get out of your head. Victoriously come in for the cups. Learn something. Back to that foundation. Communication. Don't be wishy-washy. Choose a dream and go after it with a feather of a lion. Should a strength card be like a lioness, though? Because not for nothing. I mean, if their pride and like territory is threatened, they're like pretty badass. But not for nothing, I'd put the money on a lioness any day. Except for that one video I did watch that one time, where the lion would just like, get. Domestic dispute. So everybody's calling for a miracle. Sorry for the morning chat. Y'all are loved. If y'all are in a dark space, Q's got you. Sincerely. Got any negative entities around? Fling them my way. Be like, you know what? You gonna get a little visit, or you have to go visit Q. I will handle it. Need a miracle? You aligning with it? You just waiting? Q's got you. Everyone's going to get happy. It will be the dominant sensation. We have created a stable enough society to which that should be true for pretty much everybody. Now there's naturally the weird. That's a whole nother thing. That's not really honestly to the general public even needed to even know, except for when you encounter it. It's just folks for like us. We got you. Just surrender it. Walk away. Sometimes you gotta run away. Sometimes you gotta pull out your gat and be like, bitch, back the fuck off. And if they don't, well, better luck next lifetime. Amakakaru Ria no Hirameki. As funny as that is, it's from some ancient cartoon. But what it means is, I choose life. I got something worth living for. Do you? And that's when the two heads butt. I guarantee you that somebody living for somebody else and something bigger than themselves will always walk away from that battle. Transcending the linear and stepping into the non-linear, the realm of Big L. This defies reason and logic and makes no sense to do, but it's the only thing to do. And that's how you know you transcend reason and logic. There's a shortcut. The way to get over reason and logic is the heart. Otherwise, it's such a hard trap. I don't know. Like I said, I got advice for everybody. I'm pretty experienced, also well-read in this topic, and I can make a solid argument. Also, do know how to tone it down to target audience. Can't hit people over the head with pristine if they can't even hear it. They still worrying about where they're going to get their meal. You think they care about voting? Kind of thing. It's just, not everybody lives in the same time moment. It's one of the issues that our nation has had in our dealings of the past 100 years. We assume everybody is capable of being on our level, and they are. It's just they don't have the conditions in which they can be. Does it make it better or worse? No, it's just conditions are different. So don't. It's the error, or the synonymous for error is sin. It's the sin of mixing levels. Someone worried about survival isn't going to be worrying about their education system, which ironically is how you get out of that. Now you gotta facilitate the means for willingness to arise, which comes from courage. Neutrally, yeah, everybody should at least be neutral. Man, that would be a wonderful world. But with courage comes the willingness to do what you gotta do, which leads to acceptance. You see the reason and logic in choosing that path, and then ultimately it becomes a way of being loving. But you've been working on it, you just gave it all away to them. That's why I wanted to do it. But that doesn't make any sense. Precisely. Way of the heart. Eventually, for the way of the mind, you can see the non-linear reason and logic, I guess. I don't know, divine logic, about how that works out better for everyone. It raises the level of the sea, and by virtue of that, it raises everybody. And that's what your mind ends up figuring out. By raising my own level of awareness, givings of a fuck, aware of something more than just my rat self, it raises the whole entire sea. There's a South Park episode for it. James Cameron does what James Cameron does by virtue of being James Cameron. He had to raise the bar, so they stopped doing sketty wrestling. actually very funny. The comedians of the world help you not take it so seriously, so you can get victory and stop being terrified of the cup, because the cup is just real. So every time you're terrified, you throw out flimsy excuses instead of just facing the truth. Aren't you curious of what life is like? Living miracle to miracle, never ever in indecision, and just have every wish fulfilled independently, freedom, wielding truth and love, and the warmth of the sun. Those days are coming. Static free Kings of Cups. The wrong direction. A turn in the right direction. Five of Swords is also another chance for a shortcut, like the Three of Swords. Use those thoughts to kill the vermin. Walk away with the truth. Truth is the way to get ultimately out of everything. Radical self-honesty. But you have to be like truly, ultimately selfish and selfless. It's transcending dualism. We do it for the highest good. And by virtue of doing it for the highest good, it benefits me. See how you easily just like let go of your identification with it? Gosh. I'd give anything for a mentor. Like a mentor. That's okay. I can still have one on the physicality level. Will you analyze my weird anomaly body and help me do the blah blah blah? I'm not overthinking about it or worried about it. It must be everybody's energy right now. It's very dominant. The universe is like taking off the gloves. I've noticed. All right, bitches, the cycle's coming to a close. So everybody's in their head terrified. Just go make mistakes, go. Just be real. And don't worry about it. It'll all work itself out. I'm just not blah, 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 X. I'm not X. I'm not Y. I am this, though, and just raw honesty. It's also okay to be rawly honest and say, you know what, honestly, I don't know. Do you want to give it a go? No? Okay. Well, I was rawly, truthfully, and honest, and I spoke my truth. Thank you for telling me yours. Still have a friend. I won't destroy you because you rejected me. There's people that literally do that. They make it their like life's purpose and mission to destroy you if you reject them. How crazy is that? Some like Jerry Springer, Sally, Jesse, Raphael, Ricky Lake. That time period has come to pass because you get everything that you ever thought and dreamed of as a kid. It comes. So everybody that indulged in that guilty pleasure, I'm guilty of watching it too. Shoo. And people have gotten creative. Shoot, the divine is creative. Be like, oh, let me mix up these here and here and here. Oh man, this is like the best Ricky Lake ever. Montel Williams. What else was there? Geraldo. All from the like late 90s, early 2000s. All the launching board for reality TV. Seems like repeating messages just keep coming out of this here. So let's grab the Divine again. And 2 cups. Repeating messages, right? 7 swords, huh? Didn't we get that too? 6 pentacles of miracles. The world. The star. Man, it's literally a repeating message. Ace of Wands, repeating message. 8 of Cups, repeating message. The web, repeating message. Chariot, repeating message. The world, repeating message. The Tower, repeating message. Intuition, the repeating message. The Hermit, we didn't get that one. We saw him briefly. And it's 3 of Cups instead of 3 of Pentacles. The Moon did come out. The Magician came out. The Sun came out. The Flaming Butthole. The Anxiety in their head. 10 Cups didn't come out. 10 Pentacles came out. This is going to be more cup heavy. All right. Let's throw it all in here. Clear it. Get a new. And as I wrap this up, for my people that will see this, and these are all timeless information. This is just kind of a fireside chat. I'm guilty of doing them every now and then. I stand behind all my readings. Actually, recently was there, my timeline suggested one to me. And I went and watched a reading that I did back in June. I actually did it in, here's the story. I did it actually in July. But I remember the moment because I remember the reading once I got to it. And I was just like, oh yeah, I did do that. I went exactly back to the day that which I like uploaded it and it didn't upload, and then I deleted the video, so it just kind of got lost. And somebody asked, well, what does it mean? So I went back, summoned the energy of that day, and then did a reading on it. So they can be timeless. But everybody's moving in their own timeline. I agree with that. Just because it's 2022 here doesn't mean that Mongolia is in 2022. Some places don't want to change, and that's fine. There's that place in Peru where the clock just doesn't work in the airport. Conflict. Chicken bones. That repeating message again. 7 cups. That repeating message again. This one's not upside down. This one's shattering the illusions. And it's going to make you want to come in passionately. Or they will. Reverse roles where you need to. I'm always speaking in generalities. If it resonates and you know it applies to you, don't get butthurt or triggered. In the safety of your home and on the other side of your phone or computer screen, you're safe to analyze that and see and validate the truth of that. To which the only judgment is you and the divine. Which is how it works anyway. Miracle. You know, I do think about that all the time. Oh, okay. Cool. Self-honesty. The sheer fact that you looked at it lessens its hold on you. Period. The sheer fact to just become aware of it lessens its fact and hold over you. Moon card. The divine. Truth. Boom. Get you out of those knots. Start dreaming. Go get nourished by the world today. Hopefully it's beautiful and sunny and able to go out and enjoy a day. But I live in Portland, so it rains a lot here, but today is a beautiful, windy, sunny, bright day. So I'm going to enjoy that too. But I also enjoy the water. I got nice boots and clothing that you should have if you live in this area. Go to the thrift store and find some. Or some snow gaiters. Don't be cold, windy, and you're going to get wet. So get rainproof stuff. I splashed in puddles. Because my boots are waterproof. The only thing I miss about living here from the south is the thunderstorms. Definitely. Oh yeah, we have that ladybug. All right, give me one more card and I'll stop this rant. It's my wish to do so. I see the path. I know what to stand for. And I'm stepping into this new world. One moment at a time. Because we're guaranteed none of them. Make plans and movements towards. But have that childlike curiosity. Empty out your cup so you can fill it with actually new stuff instead of the stagnant sorrows of the old. That's what I wish for. And I'm going to share my cup with the divine. I inadvertently got married. No, I just slipped it on there. I can't get it off. So I just jokingly said, well, I married the divine. They blushed and said yes. All right, everyone. I'm also going to look into some microphone equipment. Thank you, everyone, for bearing with me. I've literally just been recording from my phone, and I'm king of make do. So again, thanks for everybody. Help me grow. Like, subscribe, share, turn on that notification bell. We all know how to work YouTube. Help us. I'll help you. Yeah, I do. I stand by that. If you're in a dark space, Q's got you. You can literally just feel it. You don't even have to think it or send an email or a message. Sincerely, in your soul, feel it. And I'll be there for you. I'll ride a pillar of light. Come save you from the dark. Gloria in Excelsis Deo.